Hello dear students, today we are going to start with a new chapter, that is sound. Okay, you have already done quite a bit about this chapter, this topic sound in your standard 9. Now we are just continuing with this chapter here. Now let us look what are sound waves. Okay, so we will see here sound is produced when a body vibrates and it reaches through the vibrations of the particles of surrounding medium. So the sound reaches us, our ears, through the vibrations of the particles of surrounding medium. So when a body vibrates, it actually disturbs the particles of the medium, and these vibrations then are carried on to our ears. The sound requires a medium for its propagation. So this is a very important thing that you should understand, that sound requires a material medium for its propagation because it travels in the form of a disturbance through the medium. Now our ears are sensitive only to a limited range of frequencies from 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. 20 Hz means 20 vibrations per second to 20,000 vibration per second. So this range is called the audible range of frequencies. So for a normal person who can hear the range is 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. The sound of frequency above 20,000 Hz is called ultrasonic vibrations, while the sound of frequency below 20 Hz is called infrasonics. So you know that bats can hear ultrasonic vibrations. Even dogs also, you can see that even though we cannot hear anything, but the dogs, they sharpen their ears, isn't it? And they will be concentrating on something. So they can hear sounds which are beyond our audible range. So the sound frequencies higher than 20,000 are called ultrasonic, and below 20 Hz are called infrasonics. Okay. We come to the terms related to sound waves. When sound waves travel in a medium, the maximum displacement of the particle from the mean position is called uh, amplitude of the wave. So here you can see this is the amplitude, this is the amplitude of the wave, that is a maximum displacement from the mean position. Okay, so you all know how to mark the amplitude of the wave. Now here there is another term also, the time period, the time taken by the particle of a medium to complete its one vibration is called time period of the wave. So time taken for one vibration is called the time period. So one vibration means one to and fro motion. Complete to and fro motion is called one vibration. Or if you can see here, one vibration means what? The movement of the particle from its mean position on either side. Okay, that is the time period, time taken for that much vibration. The number of vibration made by the particle of the medium in 1 second is called the frequency. How many times it vibrates in 1 second, that is called the frequency of the wave. So these are the two terms, time period and frequency, and you know the relationship between time period and frequency also. These all things you have studied in 9th standard. The frequency of the wave is same as the frequency of the source producing it. So if there is a source of sound like tuning fork, now the whatever frequency is of that tuning fork, that will be the frequency of the wave that it produces also. Okay. Then the distance traveled by a wave in one time period of vibration of the particle of the medium is called wavelength. Okay, so this is one definition of wavelength, the distance traveled by wave in one time period of vibration, that is called wavelength. Here it is denoted by lambda. So you know that this is a crest and this is a trough and this is a crest. So you can also say the wavelength is the distance between two consecutive crests or two consecutive troughs. So that is also shown here. Okay, or you can say the distance between one compression to another compression, or one rarefaction to another rarefaction. That distance is also called the wavelength. Now the distance traveled by the wave in 1 second is called the wave velocity. So speed of the wave, that we say distance traveled per unit time. So distance traveled by the wave in 1 second is called the wave velocity. So what is the relationship between velocity of the wave, frequency and wavelength? So V is equal to F lambda. This all you have studied. You have done many numerical problems also based on this formula. And time period and frequency are related by the formula F is equal to 1 by T, where frequency is the number of vibration in 1 second. Okay. And time period is the time taken for one vibration. Okay, so how are they related to each other? They are reciprocally related to each other. Frequency is equal to 1 by time period. So if we have the frequency given as 20 hertz, 20 hertz means 20 vibration in 1 second. Okay, so if 20 vibrations are taking place in 1 second, so what is the time taken for one vibration? That will be 1 by 20, isn't it? And time taken for one vibration is called the time period. So time period is 1 by F or frequency is 1 by T. Remember this formula. Now we come to mechanical waves. There are two types of waves actually, mechanical waves and electromagnetic waves. Okay, so we know that mechanical waves, sound wave are mechanical waves which require a medium for their propagation, while light waves are electromagnetic waves. Okay, so we will see mechanical waves first. The sound waves necessarily require a medium for their propagation. So sound waves require a medium because it is in the form of a disturbance. So when the medium particles vibrate, there is a change of kinetic energy to potential energy and vice versa. So when they are vibrating, the particles vibrating, there is a change in kinetic energy. It changes to potential energy, like just like you have seen in case of a pendulum also, you say kinetic energy changing to potential energy. Same way here also such a change is taking place when it vibrates. So sound waves are also called as elastic or mechanical waves. The mechanical waves are of two kinds, longitudinal and transverse waves. So mechanical waves can be longitudinal and transverse wave, and this classification is based on the direction of propagation of the wave and the direction of the movement of particles. So we will just see what are longitudinal waves and transverse waves. So if the longitudinal, if the in case of longitudinal waves, if the vibration of medium particles are along the direction of propagation of wave, that means the medium particles are vibrating in the same direction as the propagation of the wave. So here you see the wave is traveling from the tuning fork to the ear. So the direction of propagation of wave is in this direction. The particles also vibrating in the same direction, like this they are moving. So that means this kind of wave is called longitudinal wave, and the wave travels in the form of compressions and rarefactions in the medium. So in one area there will be a rarefaction, then in this area there will be a compression, and then it will keep on changing, okay, as the wave is moving. The wave is called a longitudinal wave. Example, sound waves in air, in solid and inside a liquid. So longitudinal wave, these are the examples. The longitudinal waves can travel in solid, liquid as well as gases. So what is the main point here? That the direction of the propagation of the wave, this is the direction of the propagation of wave, and the direction of vibration of the particles are in the same direction. Okay, they are the same. Next, transverse wave. On the other hand, if the medium particle vibrate normal to the direction of propagation of wave, then it forms crest and trough. The wave is called which type of wave? Transverse wave. Okay, the wave is called transverse wave. Here transverse waves are formed only in those media which possesses rigidity, and that is why they can travel only in solids and on the surface of liquid. So let us see here, transverse wave, if this wave is moving in the forward direction, the wave is moving in the forward direction, but the particles are moving like this, up and down motion. Okay, particles will move in the up and down motion. So that type of a wave is called a transverse wave. Now here we also have to learn the difference between light waves and sound waves. I told you light waves are electromagnetic waves, while sound waves are mechanical waves. So light waves are electromagnetic waves, sound waves are mechanical waves. Light waves can travel in vacuum, while sound waves cannot travel in vacuum. Then what is the next difference? The speed of light waves is very high speed, 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, and speed of sound wave is low, 330 meter per second. Then wavelength of light wave is very small. So here wavelength is small, wavelength of sound wave is large, okay, larger than the sound, okay. So it is of the order here 10 to the power minus 6, while in case of sound waves it is 10 to the power minus 2 to 10 meters. So wavelength is more, velocity is less in case of sound waves. Then these waves are transfer and these waves are longitudinal. So light waves are transverse in nature. We saw how transverse wave travel. The particles move in the up and down direction, isn't it? While that wave propagates in the forward direction. Sound waves, the particles also move in this direction. Wave also travels in the same direction. So sound waves, in air these waves are longitudinal. So specifically they are said when it travels through air, these waves are longitudinal.